Yeah, I had a great Monday. Had a great Sunday and Monday.
All right, who's that?
Yes.
Sony.
All
Yep.
right.
I had 2 coffee dates today and a really great wrap-up call for one of my people who shredded with us, and she's going to write up a really awesome testimonial. She had such fantastic results. She's like, I can't believe I've resisted this so long. It's so easy.
Easy.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Nice. That's great. Who else had a productive day that they can report? We want to be your cheerleaders.
I had a new team call today.
Who's that?
I don't know who said it first. I just said that I had a new team call today with Kirsten, with a new team member, and that was good. And we set up two events, a Facebook event and then a live event for February.
Oh, that's good. Very good.
Yep.
Who else? Good, Allison.
Sherry has 2 new customers.
Who does? Sherry?
Yeah, tell them, Sherry.
Yes, I have two new customers.
Woo-hoo. All right, Sherry. All right.
Yeah.
Getting close to that bonus, I think.
Yes.
Nice. Very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who else? Who else had customers today? I think somebody wrote to me. They got a shake order. Who was that? That was Michelle, I think. Right, Michelle?
Yes, I did. Yesterday I got one, and I've had I think a shred order last week.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, now's the time for you guys to brag about yourselves. Come on, let's go.
All right, I'll go. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
So I didn't have anybody order, but I was very proud of myself. I started a whole bunch of conversations today. So I had a call with Jules and Bridget and just talked about making as many conversations as possible. And I got a couple people that said they wanted information, and so that felt good.
All right, you're being brave.
I got to be brave. I have no choice.
Why don't you have a choice?
Yeah, because I need to be brave if I want to be successful.
All right. Good. All right, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yay. Anybody else have an awesome meetup or call with somebody or get an order or a new team member?
Yes, Sharon. It's Rachel.
Rachel, I met your Tracy. She's awesome.
Okay, so this has been an incredible month. Tracy has fast-tracked to VF. She got a new team member who fast-tracked to VF.
What?
And she got a new team member who's already a DD. These girls are killing it. 3-way calls, Zoom events, and lots of Voxing. I am so proud of them.
Wow.
It's because of our amazing coaches.
That is phenomenal. Good job, ladies. Wow.
They got the fire.
That is fire for sure. Good. And we were talking to her before you got on, Rachel, so she's got a lot of energy. That's good. Very excited.
I got a new representative in England,
Oh,
and the millennial, and he set his clock for 1 o'clock in the morning to get on our team call that we had last night.
wow.
That was awesome.
Dedication.
Yes. Excited about that. We had a great team call. 11 people were there, and we had a guest speaker, Michelle Fletcher.
Oh, all right. Michelle's everywhere. Right, Michelle? Where'd she go? Well, she's everywhere except
Yes. Probably why I'm a little under the weather right now.
Oh, no.
Doing a bit much.
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook. You were at a salad party. You were at Orange Theory.
Chat while the things
You were at soccer.
Yeah, and I was also at a church event for one of my downline team members. She had a salad party and a presentation at the church yesterday too. So it was like 4 events in one day.
Oh my
It's all
goodness.
good.
And then her and I are meeting up at 8-ish.
Yeah.
Pavement again at Orange Theory.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Michelle, get well soon.
Thank you.
Okay, well, if that doesn't inspire you guys, I don't know what might, right? People are cranking. That's called inspiring healthy living around the world. You guys are all around the world and you're inspiring healthy living. So very proud of you guys. Okay, well, tonight, just for funsies, we're going to talk about the Dallas Summit. I have my shirt. Thanks to Stacy Turner. She got me that. How nice is that? And I had a great time. And the people that went, such a great bonding experience. You know, Susan knows this. When we went to boot camp, it's just, there is no experience like it because you're kind of cordoned off for that weekend to be together and to have an experience together. And you end up going to lunch, you end up going to dinner, you end up talking about the speakers and having the same experience. So real bonding experience. I think there were like 13 or 14 of us from our team. And so that's why I had to go anyway. So it was wonderful. Oh, Joni says she had a customer giving her a referral. Good. Good. Oh, yeah. If you have background noise, will you please mute?
Yes, I was just going to say that.
Okay. You get background noise. That's good. Did everybody mute? It got so quiet. Okay. I forgot what I was saying. It was so much fun. And we had so much team there. And then there were a lot of NMDs who I was surprised I ran into, like Dana Popham and just all different ones from all over. And it's like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? We knew we weren't from Texas, but it's like everybody kind of converged. There were 700 something people there. So it was really neat. So if you get a chance to go to a summit, it's definitely worth the time. You get to hang out with, I think Doug's mute him. So you get please mute everyone. Okay. So anyway, you get to hang out with the corporate leaders. There were 5 corporate leaders there, and that's amazing, you know, because you don't always get that also. So I'm going to mute everyone. You go ahead and do that, and then we're going to have certain speakers. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and call on those people who we're going to talk. And so first of all is Sony. That just took out all the life of this Zoom because it's so silent. But Sony, tell us about your experience. And then I know you have a couple slides that I'll reference whenever you're ready to.
Oh, sure. So my experience, first of all, Sharon and Doug, Sharon, I'm so glad that you came. It really just brought such life and light to me and to Deborah and to us, inviting people to come on along with us. We had a wonderful representative accept that invitation. So she got to really, for the first time, get a full glimpse into our culture. And the results were fantastic. I think of it like, you know, if you're in a business or an industry, you're going to get ongoing training to continue to evolve your skills and keep growing yourself. And so I just kind of think of, I take the approach with my business, I want to have a quarterly training. So if I hit conference twice a year and then a boot camp or a summit in between, then I'm getting that quarterly training in. And so this was for first quarter of 2018, and to set off an amazing 2018. I had written down a few goals before going to conference. One of them is that I will retire by the end of 2019. So I'm going to retire at 44. And yeah, so I'm really putting it on the line there. Let's see. A couple of my ahas. Kurt Beavers was sharing in his segment, and of course, I think most of us know Kurt Beavers. If you don't, he is a major power player. And of course, one of the things that's so fantastic about the Juice Plus company is how those players continue to keep investing in us, just like Sharon and Doug invested in us by having Sharon come out and be at the Dallas Summit. And so that ongoing support and just love from those leaders is so phenomenal. And one of the things that he said up there was, our virtual franchise is as different from any MLMs that are out there as Juice Plus is as different from a vitamin or any other product. And it just like, poof, my mind just exploded, right? Because, we all get that question, oh, is this another MLM? And we also all know, like somewhere inside, that yes, it is very different from any other MLM out there. So we're not an MLM at all. We are direct sales, which, that is a model that all sorts of colleges are teaching, the entrepreneurship courses that you're starting to see in colleges. And just so you know, a little background on me is that I've taught in the university system for about 20 years almost. So we are seeing colleges begin teaching this as a business model. And so, just really solidifying that distinction of our business from all those others out there was fantastic, because I've really been present to, as a sales coordinator, what it's going to take for me to move forward is building that structure and working on building wider and deeper with, I've got my awesome buddy in the biz, Deborah Bradford, who's on here tonight. She's so fantastic, and I love Deborah Bradford, and I don't want to clone Deborah Bradford, but I do want to get a couple more people that are at least as motivated. So I'm looking to get 5 more people like that this year. And so having that distinction to move forward and stand grounded and rooted in that, yes, we're direct sales, but we are head and shoulders above the rest, just like we are with our product, the same with our business. And again, that's not news, but something about the way he said it just made it go click.
Yeah, and the company was there well represented and said they want to be looked at as part of the wellness and nutrition industry, as opposed to how the marketing plan is. So they're going to be working toward that, which is pretty good. Yes. We'll see some improvements in them marketing so that people don't lump them in with other network marketing companies and things like that. And you have one more? Tony?
Yeah. Do you want to put that slide up?
Yep.
Okay, great.
I think so. There we go.
Cool. Yeah. So I believe it was Brandy Foss that said this: our greatest fear is that we'll be seen as a salesperson, right? But if you're not connecting with people, building the relationship with them, you got them in as a customer. And I am so guilty of this. Okay. Like, I'm saying this out loud because I'm talking to myself here, right? That we get those people on our list, and then it comes time to do follow up with them, and that phone turns into that 500-pound gorilla, and you don't know what to say or whatever. And, I'm taken away from this summit, have that 30 seconds of courage, whether that is for sharing with somebody newly that may or may not have ever heard of Juice Plus before, but you've got something that could be a solution for them, or if it's in customer care. And that is, again, what makes us different from the other companies out there. You get, if you're with those other companies, you get them to order and you're done, and that's it. And, we are not on the shelf at Walmart, literally, because Juice Plus is a product, not just a product, it's an experience. And what makes it that experience is all those value-added things that we bring to people, whether it's getting them a cookbook or having them come to an event to see, like we have David Phillips coming here in February, and a couple other, Jay Martin's coming in March, and so whatever that is. So I've actually really, really focused on that with this last round of the Shred 10. I have reached out to people who are my customers, and I've said, look, we're doing the Shred 10, and here's what I want to do with you. I want to set up a call with you, and we will create like, what do you want to get? What is it that, taking on these healthy habits is going to make available to you in your life? And then halfway through, we'll talk again and make sure that you're staying on track. And I'm going to text you or Facebook message you every day, and we're going to keep each other on track. And then at the end, do a wrap up and say, okay, how did that go? And, that is not a salesperson, right? If we're worried about being salesperson, no salesperson is following up with their customers in that way. So that is what distinguishes us from that. And I can't tell you guys, like, do this, because having them get present to those results is, I think it's a gap that we even miss out on if we're not having that conversation with them. When they start seeing what is opening up for them, it's so valuable, and it's oxygen for your fire to keep you moving. And like, I set up like 3 or 4 different calls while I was at the summit. And I've come home, and it's just been magical, because I've just stepped into this being authentically what I'm up to. And my husband this morning, I was like, oh, I've got to get up and get those dishes done, because we had people over to watch the Saints game last night. Yes, I am wearing purple, but it's also Mardi Gras season. Like, I was just, going through, and then that I had a call at 3, somebody coming over to have tea here at my house, and then meeting up with someone at Starbucks before a committee meeting for the drill team. She wanted to get together earlier. And he's like, I'll do the dishes, you go work. So, just, we are so much more than salespeople, y'all. And it's that, bringing that value, that makes a huge difference for you and your customers. So thanks for letting me share.
Tony, it was great to room with you and Deborah and Glenna. There's no other bonding experience. Like, okay, now it was good. It was really good. You guys are really fun.
We have to shout out to the Hilton for taking care of that and rolling with the punches us on that.
That was awesome. Okay, so Deborah, are you on there? I think you were. Yeah. There we go.
Great. So fantastic. Well, what I'm really present to is that having the JPPJ Regional, and then coming right then into the boot camp, the summit, what a great foundation for the beginning of the year. And there was so much in this summit that was, it was like gold bricks lined the walkway all around where we were. It was very well done. I've been to the summit. This is my 3rd Dallas summit. So I'm someone who shows up. I show up. And now I can see that I have no excuses for not building a huge business. And I did declare at our last conference that I would be an NMD in 2 years. I'll be, when I turn 68, I'll be an NMD. And when I heard the Schlosses speak, and she was talking about going from SSC to NMD, working 60 to 70 hours a week, and having a 7-month-old and traveling for business, I thought, I already set my own schedule. So I've been treating my business like, it's more than a hobby, certainly. But I haven't really been putting on the burn. And I'm going to be really transparent. I came to this summit broke. I had run through money because I still am essentially trading time for dollars, even though I own 2 businesses. I wouldn't miss it I got so much value, and all I need to do is replace my income with my juice, for even one of the business, with my Juice Plus income this next year, and keep building team, keep inspiring others to be Juice Plus customers, and walk the talk by taking on my physiology, as one of the speakers said. Do you need to work on your physiology? Oh, I think it was Lauren Slocum at the end. Yes, I am taking on my physiology to really be, back to my yoga dancer physique, and just be such a kick butt 68-year-old.
All right, go Deborah.
And also, I loved another thing that that she said was that she really loved being the flip-flop CEO, and that's so me. I'm a surfer girl from California and a hippie, and I'm being me, and people love me the way I am, and I'm growing and developing myself into the flip-flop CEO.
Go Deborah. Awesome.
So thank you. Thanks for this opportunity.
And thanks for being transparent. I think that we could all use some extra money, and to get to this event, regardless of your situation, that it's going to fuel you, and it might be what makes you work even harder, knowing that you just did that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Close to your money. Now it's like, okay, I better make the most of this.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
I did come home and get into action, and I've had great conversations the last couple of days, and an event that Sonia and I were co-leading at Total Wine for tomorrow night is getting canceled because of the sleet and bad roads. But that's fine, because they want us to come back, and we're rescheduling, and we already have another one on the books in 2 weeks.
Awesome. You guys are good buddies in the business.
Yes, we are.
Great. And I want to share that aha that I heard about buddies. Let me just find it really quick. Let's see. I love that Dana Popham made this today, and you guys saw it on Voxer, some of you. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to put my ahas from different places that I go, meetings, on pictures. And I use what's called Typorama. You can download that as an app. Or sometimes I use WordSwag, but I think I like Typorama better. So I had already made this slide before Sony mentioned it. But since I mentioned you and Sony are such buddies, here's what Jay Martin said about buddies. It is great to have a buddy, and whether it's upline, downline, sideline, it's someone you can brag to, like when a child says, "Dad, look." Look. And so you want to have that person that you can say, oh my gosh, I just got that. Well, I'll brag to you guys. Some of you heard my story on the live Team Transformers. And so tonight, as I was at Publix getting groceries, Doug will appreciate this, the lady that I met at Whole Foods, I saw her card in my car, and I had already written to her once. I don't know if you guys can see that. And you guys might have given up because she did not answer me. And after I met her on that Thursday, and today is Monday? And so I had written originally, hey, Olga, I just met you at Whole Foods. So great. How about lunch next Tuesday near wherever you'll be, which is tomorrow. She didn't answer. So tonight at 7:50 p.m., while I was getting in or out of my car, I forget, hey, Olga, it says, hey, Olga Rogers. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. That was Siri's fault. Okay, it's Sharon with Juice Plus, checking to see if you are available to meet up this week at Whole Foods or near your office. And she wrote Thursday. I wrote Thursday's great. I have a 1 p.m. at Royal and Riverside. Where will you be located? So I'm going to go meet her where she's at. So anyway, I'm bragging to you guys, and that's really us just doing the business. But if we're just kind of alone and not talking to other people in excitement, that is one of the things that I did to build my business. I had the guidance counselor next door, and if I talked to one of the people, she was the amener. Or if I talked to somebody and she didn't get to amen, and vice versa, I would do that for her. I would say, did you juice them? And we'd just say, did you juice them? So anyway, have a buddy that you can just say, whatever just happened, you can get excited with them about. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and go through some of my things, and then I'm going to call on you, Marissa. I saw you're on here. I'm willing to invest myself into you if you're willing to invest yourself into you. That was a quote by Dr. Sears, and what he does with people. He's like willing to go do some presentations for people as he signs them up to be team members also. So basically he's saying, I'm willing to lock arms with you if you're willing to do it also. So I thought that was neat that he's out there in the trenches and working with people. And then, like I said about that girl on the phone, you have to continue to follow up. Some people might give up if they just didn't get an answer back. They might say, oh, they really don't want it. Or maybe you go out on the limb twice, or maybe you go out on the limb 3 times or 4. They say 5th to 12th contact is when 80% of the sales are made. And all the other statistics, like they went through all the statistics of how much of sales are made on those first 4, hardly anything. I think it was like 1%, 2%, 10%. And then 80% once it jumps to 5th contact. So you don't want to say the same thing over and over. You want to come up with a different type of thing if you're following up that much. So anyway, but just keep that in mind. Okay, I'll go over that in a minute. And then the other thing, when you're talking to someone, if you're giving them, like Mallory and I met this lady at the ice cream store, and she said, I'll send you some information. And I remember this from many years ago. We want to make a follow-up appointment at that point, like say, I'm going to give you a call tomorrow. Is that okay? Or I'll call you Wednesday, like so that you don't feel, it's really for your own self. So you don't feel like you're bothering people. So that's another good thing to remember, to make that follow-up contact. Okay, so those were a couple of my ahas. And I enjoyed picking on Marissa, and she can tell you about that. And Marissa, you can go ahead and unmute yourself wherever you are. There you are. And I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
It was fun.
Yeah.
This was my very first thing that I've done, like a big thing like this. And I guess it's not even as big as conference can get. But it was awesome. I'm not, like, I have a hard time getting out of my shell, and I thought Sharon knew that, which is why I really thought you knew that. So we're at dinner, and Sony and Deborah, you guys can attest to this, but we were at dinner one night, Saturday night, after the whole thing was over, and Sharon's like, hey, like she's at one end of the table, and I'm at the other end of this long table. She's like, hey, Marissa, what did you say? You need to tell our waitress why we're here. Ask if she's heard about Juice Plus. I'm like, what? It never occurred to me. That's out of my comfort zone. Oh, hi, Mallory. Anyway, it was just, I don't know, my heart started palpitating, and I was like, okay, all right. Well, I'm not going to say no. I'm going to do this. That's why I'm here. So the waitress came around, and super nice. Her name was Liz, and I just started a small chat with her first, just trying to be friendly. But she had her hands full of dishes, and so she walked off, and I didn't want to make her stand there with heavy dishes. So I thought, okay, Sharon's going to think I'm slacking, but I'm going to for sure say something before we leave. I'm not leaving without doing that. They all had bets and stuff. And so then before I know it, the waitress Liz came down and said, hey, I was told to come ask you what you do for a living. And so I just told her, yeah, we're here from all over for a health conference. And people kind of laugh at you when you say health conference sometimes, but I was like, it was awesome. We listened to some really reputable doctors speaking, and I don't know what I said word for word. But she got down on my level, and she was totally interested in listening. And I don't know why. I don't know. I think I was rambling, but it worked. I don't know. But just sort of talked a little bit about my experience thus far and how excited I was and how it's helped me through some challenges that I had. I've got some autoimmune issues. And she's like, well, I have autoimmune issues in my family. And she's like, and it's like, well, I'd love to give you some more information. And she's like, for sure. And so I have her number. Tonight, I'm going to send her some info, or if it gets too late, maybe in the morning, send her some info. Today was family day, so that's what we did today. But so that really helped a lot, Sharon. It helped push me over that hump, that first hump, because I struggle. I struggle with that, you know. And so since then, my mother-in-law, she texted over the weekend. She's like, I'm ready to feel better. What do I need to do? Got her order in. She and my father-in-law both have some different health issues. I'm really excited about that. I've been working on them for a little while. But my sister has kind of been a skeptic, kind of like I was. And I got her order in today. One thing that I loved so much about the conference, like it really, aside from all of the amazing testimonials and all of the phenomenal speakers, and Dr. Sears was awesome, and the power couple, as I call them, they were amazing, and everyone really, which I have a lot to say about them, but I felt a huge comfort. I just felt comfortable, and I have a hard time getting out of my shell. I don't like being center of attention, and I had this thought like, yeah, I could totally get up on that stage one day. Like I could get up and tell, because I have this conviction that I know that this is this is not just a gimmick. This is real, and it works, and it's health, and it's stupid smart how they came up with it to put it in little capsules, you know. It's awesome. It is just incredible. I have felt better, and I'm excited to share the health with everybody I know. And I feel like I heard what I needed from the people who have had success with this. Schedule it and do it. Be there, show up. Like it's your job, just do it. And I felt like, Sharon, you helped with my boost of confidence, and just listening and having that motivation was just really super helpful for me. And one thing I loved that Dr. Sears said was, hey, if you're called a fathead, it's true. We're all fatheads. And it's true. And I've had 2 people in my family over the past year and a half with brain injuries. And so I've been trying. One was my brother, and he's okay, but it was pretty rough. He's still struggling with some things, but he was in ICU for a long time with brain injury. And my niece, who is 17, over the summer had to be life flown to the hospital. And luckily she's okay, but there are some things that she's still trying to work through. And I've been trying to work on my sister. You need the omegas. That's what our brain needs. And finally today she got it, and I'm just excited. And I feel like just having more knowledge in the health aspect of it. The business part was amazing, and that was helpful for me personally in wanting to grow my business and having more know-how. But hearing the health aspect of it is what gets me really moving and gets me motivated, and it makes it easier to talk to other people. So yeah, that's I didn't have anything written down. I'm probably forgetting a lot, but thanks for your time. Really appreciated it.
Perfect. Well, a lot of it is the whole experience, just feeling that welcoming, feeling the belonging, feeling like you can do this, building your belief in the company, your team, yourself. All that stuff happens when you go to one of those bigger events. It happens along the way as you go to smaller events too, but definitely at the bigger events. Okay, we're going to go to Mallory. Thank you, Marissa.
Thank you.
And we're going to end with Holly, I think. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I'm sorry. But that's the lineup for now. Okay, so Mallory.
Oh, here. Okay.
There you go.
First of all, it was so much fun having you here, Sharon. And I got just to spend time with you in a way that was so special. So thanks for making the way to Dallas, and Doug for letting her come. So there's just a couple things I was going to say. I heard them say, I'm a nutraceutical sales rep for a company who's found a way to put fruits and veggies in a capsule. It's Juice Plus. Have you heard of it? I love that. I mean, y'all may have already heard that, but I hadn't. I really loved Brandy Foss when she spoke. She really spoke from the heart. and it really was about educating. It's not about being a salesperson, as Sony was saying. And she really hung on to what she heard at age 3, kids have fatty deposits in their arteries. And that was what really drove her. And her sponsor said, okay, go get 20 people on the juice in 60 days. And they just had the fruits and the veggies at the time. So, and she was able to do that. She also said every 10 customers, really love on them, and 1 to 2 become distributors. So I thought that was interesting. And through that, I got the word invest kept coming up for me, like really investing in my customers. And the other part that she said was just really pray a lot. And like she said that, she thought, she just kept remembering somebody's name, and she's like, I thought of you because you were really heavy on my heart. And then she reached out to them about Juice Plus. And she also was talking about, I have a solution for you. The thing that she said that's so good, she's just said, share in truth. And she just is like, do I have the permission to be real with you? And that is like, opens up the door to just be really transparent and not feel like you're couching or coaching. You're not like skirting the issue or whatever. It was, that really spoke to me. And then the other thing I was going to say that I loved, she's talking about doing the 2,000 plus in 30 days or less. And that's what I'm going to take on as a challenge for myself, is to do the 2,000 plus every month for 30 days and just repeatedly do that so that I can really get good at coaching that to my team. So I'm doing that. And today was a really good day. I got my own rep because I got brave and moved her order over and got 2. Now she has 2 orders underneath her. And then Chris got a new rep, and she has 3 orders underneath her. So it was like a big day for us. And it was just like really investing into helping them see it and not being so, it's about reaching my goals. It was more about helping them get the best out of what they're doing. I remember Chris Schloss said, don't be a tool, meaning like, don't be the expert. Bring the tool to them. And I thought that was interesting, the way he said that. And then what's that?
That's a way to remember it, to bring them to the resource and
don't be a tool bag. And then bring the tool, And the other thing, Catherine Kay came on. They zoomed her in, and she was speaking about the millennials. She was kind of the lead into the millennials, and she said really help the millennials get a personal belief in the affordability of the product, because so many millennials, you hear the big struggle is it's too expensive. And she went through that exercise of going to the store and buying all this stuff and juicing it and blah, 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 for her to really experience that it really was not that expensive what we have. And then she also talked about how millennials are really big on social media, and if they have something to travel to, which I thought that was interesting. And that is very true of my daughter, who's 24. I mean, she's on social media, and if they have something to go to and travel to, they're on, and they barely, they'll make money to do that. So that's all I have. But it was awesome, y'all.
It really was. It really was. And they had Promo Plus. That was nice too. Who was your favorite speaker, Mallory? Or is there a favorite?
I think Brandy was.
Yeah, Brandy was really good, and very practical with all the verbiage. And I don't know if Stacy posted that verbiage. She might have. She posted notes into our team groups. So you might be able to find some of that verbiage on there. I'm not sure. Thank you, Mallory. Awesome. We had a great time. She really showed me the town, and so nice to meet with your family and all that good stuff. Okay, so Holly, you're going to close us up here. And Holly just asserted herself. I love it. We're a group of us are doing a leadership book, and we had to answer a question about leadership. And is it positional leadership, or is it influence that you bring? And Doug and I were having that discussion, and really it's contribution. It's contribution. It's it's taking the part of a leader, whether you are the so-called leader or not. And you guys can all do that. You could do that in our team groups. You could do that in our customer groups. Anytime you find something that you can contribute, that's helping you to be a leader. It doesn't mean that you have this whole team and you've done this or that or the other. It means that you have found a need, or you want to share, or you know that it's for the better good. And so you have stepped up basically and assumed the position. And that sometimes is what it is. It's influence. It's knowing that there's something that you have that you can share and that people will benefit. Well, it was great because Holly said, well, let's not go right to dinner where we're all going to be heads down and ordering and all this. Let's just go meet afterwards so that we could have time together. And it really was one of the best times. Was she actually, so then I made her, this is what happens when you hang out with me too long, then I made her facilitate our conversation, which I think she was doing anyway. It's just, I said, oh, keep going. So Holly, tell us all about your experience, and just so great for you to have risen up and exerted your influence in making it even better. Thanks, Holly.
Thank you. I didn't realize I was leading the wrap-up session until like 10 minutes, 15 minutes into it.
Where are you? There you are.
See me? Sorry. Is that my fault?
I don't know why I couldn't see you.
The Dallas Summit kind of snuck up on me. I don't know if it just being the beginning of the year, but I am so glad that I made a point to go and learn so much. I took tons of notes. This book, like tons of notes. So I'll just share a few things. Verbiage is huge for me. I write down verbiage and then I rehearse it over and over, and then it becomes naturally flowing out of my mouth. I don't have to think about it. If you memorize something over and over, then when you're in conversation with someone, it just flows right out. So Mallory, you actually stole lots of my notes and what I wanted to say. So obviously we loved a lot of the same things. I'm not attached to your yes or no. I'm attached to your educated yes or no, because I don't want you mad at me 1 to 3 to 5 years from now because I wasn't persistent enough. I love that. And I also loved, if you really knew what Juice Plus was, you wouldn't have a pantry full of it. Can I come over and educate you more about it? Love that. I mean, don't we all have those customers that you keep pushing their order out and they're like, oh, I still have 2 bags left. I'm like, how is that possible? You go through it so fast over here. I learned a lot about being a better leader too, just influencer and communicating more. That's really a big deal. And you think people know something. Even Sharon and I were teasing each other during this wrap-up session. There were things she was telling me that I didn't know, so I've learned that you can tell someone the same thing over and over and over, but until it's relevant to them or until it's the right time for them to hear it, it doesn't hit in the right spot. So these aha moments that Sharon's talking about, that every one of us that's talked tonight is talking about, it's because it hit us in the right way at the right time. I'm sure we've heard those pearls of wisdom many times, or possibly not, but it's hit you. So keep saying the good stuff. Keep communicating. Overcoming, I want to share a little bit about overcoming objections, and I won't go into which objections and what, but validate it first. I sometimes get defensive. You're attacking my baby. Juice Plus is very precious to me, and you don't talk nice about it. And I'm like, wow, no, it's this, it's that, and you're on the defensive. You don't want to do that. You want to calmly sit back, validate their concern, their fear, their experience, whatever that may be, and then go from a place of asking more questions. So, somebody says that they already take vitamins, say, oh, I'm so glad that you take vitamins, because that means that you are taking care of yourself. You care a lot about your health. Can I ask you why you started to take vitamins? Something like that. So if you see what I mean, you validate it first and then ask. So good. Love that. Love that verbiage. Loved the don't be a tool, send the resource. And more of that is when you're taking care of your team, they need to look at you and see themselves being able to do what you do. So you can't be the expert. You can't own all the answers. You can't always get the answer for them. Teach them how to get the answer. So I'm guilty of this. I'll have a customer reach out to me and I immediately text Jules, what should I say? And she's great because she writes right back. And she shouldn't do that sometimes. She should make me answer it by myself because I probably know what to say. But that's just part of it, growing and becoming a better leader. Don't just do what's comfortable, do what pushes you. So I think that if we want to grow, then we need to grow up, get out of our comfort zone, do what pushes you. So that was really a big thing for me. And Casey Schloss said something to the effect of, be the boss of your calendar. And I'm a planner. That's the core of what I am. I love having things on the books. So be the boss of it. And if all you have is 15 minutes, schedule the 15 minutes. And it's something that you can teach other people that you're trying to get to come alongside you. I can show you how to share this mission in 15-minute increments. Who doesn't have 15 minutes a day somewhere in their day? But if you plan for it, schedule it, and know what you're going to do when that 15 minutes rolls around, you're going to be successful. Someone shared a business method that I hadn't heard before. I've always heard of the 2 by 2 by 2, but it was focused on just one thing a day. So for her, it was Mondays she was going to share with new people. On Tuesdays, she was going to talk to her team. On Wednesdays, she was going to do any wrap up from the first 2 days of the week, which I love because then that kind of builds in like a slacker day. Like you can, I slacked a little bit on day 1 or 2, I can catch up. And Thursdays was thanking customers, and Fridays was following up. I love it. Very simple and can be repeated, easy to replicate. Okay, couple things on Dr. Sears. He says, copy Mother Nature and you'll never go wrong. Isolated vitamins can't do what the synergy of nutrients from a variety of fruits and vegetables can. I think a lot of people, at least when they begin their Juice Plus journey, they think of it as a vitamin. I mean, I have customers saying, oh, I'm good on my vitamins, or we're not taking our vitamins every day. To break out of that, just more verbiage, more explaining. And I loved his words. Just isolated vitamins can't do what the synergy of nutrients from a variety of fruits and vegetables can. He also talked a couple of statistics. Did you know that the brain is now sicker than the heart? 2017, this occurred. So the neurodegenerative diseases are now outpacing the cardiovascular diseases in America. So omega time, right? Brain health. Omegas are primed to make a huge impact. He also said every organ in the body is only as healthy as the blood supply to it. So we can all agree that Juice Plus is going to help every single organ in our body to some degree. So it's just fueling yourself with these facts that build your confidence, that then empower you to open your mouth when that opportunity comes. And I'll end with someone was talking, and it kind of was the affirmation thing. Do you guys recite affirmations in the morning? I have a great friend who's very successful in another network marketing company, and she does daily affirmations. And so I would just encourage you to think of some for your own. So I am a child of God. I am a patient super mom. I am a sexy ballroom dancer. I am wife of the year. I am loving on people daily. I am not afraid to fail. And I am passionate about health. So a lot of those are, I'm talking myself into those statements, but it's just something that your thoughts are so important, and they help influence your actions. So I hope that was helpful.
That was phenomenal. I love hearing those I am statements. Oh my goodness. I have my own in the notes too. And if you listened to Lauren Slocum on the Pajama Regional, and then she was there at the Dallas Summit. And so if we didn't do it the first time at the Pajama Regional, we got to do it then. And she mixed it up a little bit. And so that was good. I loved hearing her I ams. So I want you guys to work on that. That's for sure. Okay, so I lied. I just want to tell you guys two things. Thank you, Holly, first of all. So the Team Transformers January Strong contest, I want to make sure, because yes, Holly, we have to over-communicate. And that was funny that we kind of realized that. We won't tell you the scenarios. But anyway, the January Strong contest, get your Omegas. If you don't have your Omegas, get everybody on the Omegas. So every new order, you get a ticket into the whatever bin or into the randomizer so that you can maybe win a conference ticket to Phoenix. 5 for every team member, 5 for qualifying your business. And then now you can get the Vineyard Chewable sample packets on the virtual office. They just came out with that. Or you can get the Orchard and Garden Blend ones, or you can get the complete single serve packets. So hopefully you've seen this flyer and it's not new news to you. And then Lauren Slocum gave away $100. That was kind of funny to anybody who knew the next 6 conferences. I don't even have the next 6. I know it's out there. Maybe one of you guys can find it. Whoever knew the 6 conferences and their dates. And so this one lady came up and she knew all the conferences in a row. And she didn't quite know the dates, but Lauren Slocum gave her $100 either way. So definitely we want to be in business and business people where we do know these big important dates. So these are the ones. They are on the missiondrivenmodel.info under team and then under Juice Plus Live. And they're on your virtual office, I'm sure, and on your juiceplus.com, which then leads to the Juice Plus virtual franchise. Anyway, so so wonderful to have all you guys on here tonight. And let me see, stop share. Okay, I'm gonna unmute and you guys can thank everybody and say good night. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you all.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Guys. Thanks, Holly, for those nuggets. Those are good notes. Very good.
It was fun.
I love all the notes on the sidebar too, the chat.
Yes, they were really good.
Very helpful. Hi, Anna.
Hi.
Hey, hey. Hi, Brittany.
Hey, Sharon.
Jules is brushing her teeth. It's real. It's getting real.
Good night.
Shirt, Jules. Oh, she left. Isn't that a nice shirt? That was Summit. All right. Good night, guys. Daryl, you driving?
Sharon.
Yes. Hi.
Sharon, I need to figure out when you're available for a new rep call.
Good night, Daryl.
Good night.
Good night.
Hey, Brittany, I see you.
Hi.
Good night, Daryl.
Watch the road, Daryl.
So I need to know when you're available.
Okay, yeah, I saw your text come in. I'll look at my calendar. Yes, who's your new rep?
Call Sharon. Can you hear me?
It's kind of going in and out. Who's your new rep?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
It's actually.
I'm dying to hear it. I can't.
It's actually my new rep's new rep.
Okay. Oh, so was it? I think Tatiana was.
Can you hear me?
On. Yeah, Tatiana was just on. It's not her. Okay, Brittany, we'll text. I gotta get out of here.
Right, but it's Matt. My rep, Matt. Yes. Okay. Okay.
I'll talk to you on text. Good night, guys.